Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could've used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, The Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
I have an idea.
Brett, come on man, I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know guys, I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait, do you smell that?
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be AztecSafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com. The apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
I have an idea.
Brett, come on man, I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys, I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait, do you smell that?
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on aztecsafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo! Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome to Martensville, Saskatchewan, site of the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open Tier 2 event. And what a feature game we have tonight. Kaitlyn Laws against Kayla Skrlik. My name is Jason Chang. With me is Ryan Jakes. We're going to bring you the action from the ice to your device. And the game just getting started here. Team Laws, they're throwing the yellow stones. Team Skrlik, they've got the red stones. And Ryan, what do you think about this match of two teams that were at the recent Canadian Olympic curling trials?
Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting game. I know both of them are kind of angling for an eventual Grand Slam of Curling Tier 1 spot. So this event could be a big step for them, for either team. And excited to see how the action unfolds.
Yeah, and of course, if you're a winner of Tier 2, you do get an invitation to a future Tier 1 event if you don't automatically qualify at some future point in time. Team Laws, they're throwing the yellow stones. They're throwing first. And their lead is Kristen McCush. Jocelyn Peterman is their second. Selena Vegman throws the third stone, but she's in the house and calls the game. And Kaitlyn Laws throws the fourth stones. In their first stone, they bring it into the top of the rings and a pretty conservative start. Kayla Skrlik asking for the hit and stick, maybe hit and roll towards the side. Fleming's their third, and of course, Kayla Skrlik throws those skip stones. And as we mentioned, both these teams were at the recent Canadian Olympic trials. A great field, of course. Rachel Holman will be Team Canada at the Olympics, and Kaitlyn Laws, she's got some Olympic experience as well. Been there a couple times with Jennifer Jones, of course, got a gold medal there in the women's, as well as a gold medal in the mixed doubles event with John Morris. So a rare double gold situation for Kaitlyn Laws. Pretty open end to start, Ryan. I think they're going to just exchange hits here unless you get a mistake. As we mentioned, this is the Tier 2 event of the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open. The Tier 1 event is happening in Saskatoon in the arena. 16 teams, the top 16 ranked teams in the world, get an invitation to that Tier 1. And then the next 16 teams are here in the Tier 2. And we have both the men's and the women's here as well. 2 women's games on the ice tonight. That's our feature sheet right now. You see Laws and Skrlik, Kate Cameron and Holly Duncan also out there. And on the men's side, right beside this sheet, you have Reed Carruthers against Michael Brunner of Switzerland. Scott McDonald playing Kelly Knapp of Saskatchewan as well. So those are the 4 games out on the ice. You can follow all on Curling Zone, and we do have live streams of all of them. We do thank you for joining us on our feature game. Once again, just exchanging hits here. Ashton Skrlik, second stone thrower for Team Skrlik. Jocelyn Peterman, of course, she will be going to the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympic Games in mixed doubles with her doubles and life partner, Brett Gallant. Team Skrlik with hammer in the first end. They're pretty happy with this open end here. These are 8-end games. And so if they can blank out the first end, they'll have hammers in the evens. And there are no extra ends in this preliminary round of group play. They will go to a draw to the button if they're tied after 8 ends. You'll also see time clocks being used. That's not normal in a normal tour event, but for the Grand Slam of Curling it is. So time clocks, as you can see, right behind, and that is thinking time being used. All 8 teams on the ice are playing their very first game of the tournament. Everybody just plays 1 game a day during the preliminary round before they head into the quarterfinals. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the playoffs on the weekend. So 4 preliminary round games. The best records will go through. And then if there are ties for those spots, you'll see some draw shot. It will be that throws the third stones. Very up and down end right now. No mistakes so far. Every hit has been made after that initial draw came into the house. Here's the first of the skip stones, Kaitlyn Laws. Just having a look at the 16 teams that are in this women's event. The Canadian Open Tier 2, 4 international teams. Miyu Ueno of Japan. Isabella Rana of Sweden. Yubin Park of Korea. And Madeline Dupont from Denmark. And then 12 teams based out of Canada. Includes Corin Brown, Kate Cameron, Holly Duncan, Camden Baldick, Christina Black, of course, won over many fans for her great performance at the Olympic trials in Halifax not too long ago. Taylor Reese Hansen, Serena Gray Withers, Kayla McMillan, of course, Laws and Skrlik on our feature sheet, Nancy Martin, and Ashley Febino. Well, opportunity for a blank here for Kayla Skrlik. And as mentioned, she won't be disappointed in this blank. Take hammer into the even ends. Ryan, a pretty up and down end, and this is leading to a blank here.
Yeah, it sure is. Do they have it? Oh!
Just catches it a little bit too thin, so that's a big mistake and a single point for Team Laws, a stolen point. They're going to take a 1-0 lead after one.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock.
Gives you the sweepers going.
Well, a steal of one for Team Law. That came out of nowhere after a missed blank attempt by Kayla Skrlik. So Team Laws leads 1-0. Kayla Skrlik still has hammer in the second end. This time, a center line guard goes up, and Team Skrlik, they've asked for a corner guard here. Ryan, a pretty tentative first end that led to actually a pretty big mistake by Team Skrlik. They had the blank all end and then a miscue on that very last stone.
Yeah, it's tough when you play it for the blank and then you end up just catching a little piece, not enough to get it out of the house. So it's a tough way to start the game in the event, but there's lots of time left for them to make up for it.
Yeah, and now that they're down by one and they're in an even end, they'd like to score and score a couple if they can. So the corner guard goes up. Felina asking for the draw. Get this to the top of the four. Onto the button. Now Team Skrlik asking for the freeze. Now, Ryan, you've seen the ice over the course of the day. How do you think it's been running?
Oh, actually, I have not. This is my very first game, just logging on here.
Sorry about that, Ryan. Put you on the spot.
No worries.
So we're going to have a look together. I was calling the noon Central Time game. Looked like there was about 3.5 feet of curl for the draws from the outside in. A little bit more aggressive, going center line away. This stone a little bit heavy, chaps off, rolls to the back of the 8, pushes the shot stone further behind the guard. Did you just ignore that back stone and just draw another one in? Setup's pretty good right now.
Yeah, those two yellow rocks are lined right up. So I don't mind coming around here. If it was if the yellow rock was a little higher behind the guard, I might just hit the back one. But it seems to be in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, try to stack a second yellow stone. Freeze it right on top of the first one. If you can freeze it right on the nose, that'd be pretty perfect. They drag it to the top of the 8. Now I think you're going to see Kayla run this back because that yellow, yellow, yellow series of rocks isn't just too good in position now.
Yeah, no surprise.
Ron, you get around the tour a little bit with your young men's team. Have you played in Martensville much?
No, never played there before, but we just played in Swift Current in the recent Western Showdown over the weekend. We did not qualify for the playoffs. We lost to Cooey and Moybrook and Mowat, but we still had a good time. Had 2 fairly close games, not so close against Mowat, but what can you do?
Yeah, the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown, that was over the past week into the weekend. I did cover your game against Kevin Cooey. You guys were hanging in there.
Ah. Yeah, until Tyler came along.
Yeah, he's a good shooter, Tyler, and he's also going to the Olympics as well as the alternate for Team Jacobs.
Yeah, what an exciting opportunity.
Of course, Bruce Mowat went on to steal the win in the final against Ryland Kleider that event. And of course, Bruce Mowat, #1 in the world. So no shame in losing to Bruce and his team.
Yeah, exactly. It was just cool to play against them.
Yeah, that rock just overcurled a little bit, I think. They wanted that maybe just a hair higher.
Yeah, I agree.
Kayla now
just run back a little easier.
Yeah, and she gets to run back her own stone now, so I think the run back double is there. Kayla's just blocking the view right now, but wondering if she can catch it in a way such that both yellows go and you can keep the runner around. Then you'd be sitting 2. All right, not quite. So still, yellow sitting shot stone. They've been sitting shot stone since the really the third rock of the end, that second lead stone that Team Laws played. Of course, teams are so good at the run back now. You know, the run back you almost expect teams to make, and now, you know, they're making the run back doubles look easy as well, Ryan. Nice looking shot here from Selena now, just coming to their yellow stone. Now this might leave a run back double based on where it is. Trying to get some curl. This one just doesn't curl enough. Hits it on the high side, rolls to a corner. And now a really good opportunity for Team Law to guard this situation once again. Sitting shot in second in the forefoot. Really put some pressure on Team Skrlik. This guard is made. The next run back, you're going to be running back a yellow stone. We need this rock to stop, and it does.
I think it stopped just in time. Not sure there was a double takeout there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty tough, the double takeout. You could play it quietly and just hit and make a roll around the corner. Try to sit second and third shot. Or even softer and just tap those yellow stones back to the back of the rings.
Yeah, that could be a good setup shot.
Yeah, and Kayla says that's what she likes instead of running that yellow stone in. Maybe just now that you have some access directly to those yellow stones, just make a play on it now. Here's Margot Fleming. Trying to carve this rock over. It's not. Oh, it maybe got a rub off that guard and ended up pretty good, actually.
Oh my goodness. That's a really nice angle. You couldn't get there any other way. Let's take another look at that.
Yeah, you can see Kayla saying this is wide, asking for. I think she knew it. You'd have to rub it off the top. There it is, a little rub, redirects right in. Now the red stone is behind that yellow guard. She's pushed the yellow shot stone open. So
wow.
Is, what does Team Law do now? Red is second and third shot. That's the problem for Team Laws.
Absolutely, and Team Skrlik, they could definitely make some sort of angle run back. They have it both ways. Not necessarily an easy shot, but it's a very lonely yellow in there.
Yeah, if you just guarded, you're leaving an angle run back. I think Kaitlyn Laws is actually scared of giving up 3 here, so it looks like they're going to hit the open stone at the back.
Yeah, that's totally fair. No need to throw away the game right here.
Even still, though, if you make that hit on the back, you know, Team Skrlik, they could still make a hit on that yellow stone. I don't know if they can get to the inside. It'd be pretty tough. You can see some air, but they could roll it to the corner. Could still maybe generate 3 out of the situation. Let's see what Kaitlyn is able to do here. It's curling towards that corner guard. She does mix the hidden stick. She was trying to roll it, I think, towards the middle.
Not quite enough. Looks like yellow's only sitting 1.
Yeah, she was trying to roll a little bit towards the middle, try to catch a piece of the forefoot and sit 1-2. What would you do here, Ryan? Do you just tap this yellow stone through the rings and see if you can get a little piece under the center guard or underneath really your red stone that's in the top of the 8? Or
yeah, I think I'd go for that. I'd be pretty happy with nose, but if I could roll, you know, half a rock, that'd be really nice. If you roll the other way, it just gives Kaitlyn Laws a chance to roll under. So I like this soft weight that they're playing here.
Yeah, it's not really the top guard that's the problem. It's got to make sure they get by the red rock that's at the top of the 8 foot. Try to get as tight to there as possible if you want to get a half rock roll to the inside. They are trying to hold the line. They're by the front. It's the second rock. Will they get it by there? No.
That's a tough result.
Yeah, and it rolls to the back of the 12. I think it's maybe 4th shot right now.
But there's no obvious spot for Laws to put it to get a steal easily. I guess if they put it top 4 perfectly, they could. But if you're a little off, you might leave a double.
Yeah, and even though they missed that shot, Team Skrlik, they did move that red stone to second shot. And if Laws was still sitting first and second, I think Laws would have just been guarding. But because they've moved that red stone to second shot, it's making Laws think a little bit about what to do here.
I think red already was second shot there, actually. So it might not have been as good, but it is still in the 4 foot, thankfully.
Oh, right. You're absolutely right, Ryan. Remember that? Yeah. They didn't get quite the roll into the 4 foot on the first time, so nothing really changed all that much. But because red is second shot, that's why Kaitlyn Laws has decided to make a play on this.
Yeah, so sounds like they're happy to be forcing here, and then take the hammer into the third end and pretend that they won the draw to the button in the first end.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Now Kaitlyn Laws, her final stone. She's up 1-0 over Kayla Skrlik. Trying to make a quiet weight hit. They're by the guard. Looks like a good shot here. Well, they actually didn't overcurl. They didn't get through that port. And now there is a chance still for 2 points for Kayla Skrlik.
Wow, that is an elusive red rock in the 4 foot.
Yeah, it's been touched a few times, and it's still in the 4 foot, this time in the back of the 4 foot. Yeah, that stone just overcurled on Team Laws. It looked like a pretty good shot. They got through the guards, and then it just overcurled on them. That created a jam.
Yeah, it looked really good the whole way down. Makes me wonder if it was just a touch light.
Yeah, we see where this rocks ended up settling after it jammed, so maybe just a hair lighter than they wanted. So final stone for Kayla Skrlik. Opportunity for 2 points. Asking for curl. You saw the hand go up. That usually means the rock was a bit heavy, according to the sweeper.
Oh, they really worked that over.
They absolutely did, and they get the nose hit. They get it past. It's 2 points for Team Skrlik, and they're going to take the lead after 2 ends. It's 2-1. Team Skrlik over Team Laws.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com. the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
We're back here in Martensville. Well played shot by Kayla Skrlik on her last to get 2 points to take the lead 2-1 over Team Laws. Third end just underway. Laws with last stone. Team Skrlik asking for that tight center guard. One just maybe is off that center line. No tick rule, of course, in effect now. So if that isn't touching the center line, if this happens to touch that guard, nothing would happen. If it was still touching the center line and it gets moved off the center line, then everything would go back. Ryan, do you like the no tick rule?
Yes, I think it's a good idea. Just keeps the game a little bit more interesting. And it rewards you for putting a nice rock on the center line.
Yeah, it makes the lead stone seem to be a little bit more precise, and obviously needs to be more accurate, because before the no tick rule, if you had the last rock and you were trying to go around a center guard, sometimes you just play it a little bit tight and if you happen to tick it over, you get 2 corner guards, and that's a really good situation when you have last stone. So kind of a missed shot ends up being a really good shot. Now you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that is true. That was nice when you used to be able to do that. Now you see teams sometimes doing that off a corner guard. And that's a little trickier. You don't have a good reference point like the center line.
Team Skrlik now trying to get around this yellow stone that's in the top of the 12. That was intended to be a bit deeper. This one comes a little bit short as well. It's wide open. Selena asking for the hidden roll away. Try to separate these 2 yellow stones. Potentially set up a deuce that way by just keeping 2 yellow stones separated and leave very difficult doubles. Nice hit, nice roll. Kayla asking Ashton Skrlik to play a hidden roll, maybe even make the double here. Coming very close to that guard, just gets it by. It's a little bit over the top, but still makes the double. Nice shot.
You know what? Let's watch that one more time. I think it might have grazed. Maybe. Or maybe the shadow just kind of passed by the rock.
Yeah, there definitely wasn't much air here.
Yep. Oh, never mind. We're good. Still a very nice shot.
Yeah, it got by. Well, Ryan doing double duty today, doing some commentating with me and working production.
Yeah, but it's always a good time. And I can't remember, have we commentated together before, Jason?
That's a good question.
Maybe last year at some point?
I feel like we have. I feel like we have commentated once before, and I've called a couple of your games in the past as well. So I feel like I know you.
Yeah. We'll have to meet up at some event in the future.
Oh, that'd be fun.
A curling stadium get together. Ooh.
Well, I feel like maybe the Grand Slam of Curling should give a sponsor's exemption to Team Curling Stadium.
Ooh.
We should just be in the Grand Slam.
Yeah, that would be fun.
All right, the curling group. You've heard
You
it
heard
here.
it here. Do it.
A couple of guards up in front right now. Team Laws. They could go around it. They do have hammer, but they don't seem to feel too comfortable when their guards are both red. Both could be run back in. So they decided to make a hit. They might try to roll it into the rings if they can. They throw this soft, get this across the face a little bit. The shooter might roll into the rings on the right-hand side as you see it from the thrower's perspective. Yeah, we're joking about that sponsor's exemption, but I think it was pretty exciting at the Tahoe Slam when you had Wayne Madaw playing with Jared Allen.
Yeah, that got some more folks interested and more anticipation around the event, which was really good to see.
So I think if the Grand Slam put us into the Slam, we would have all of the curling stadium fans watching our game.
Yes.
The ratings would be through the roof.
All right, this is coming together. I like it.
We'll even let Jerry play. Team Skrlik now trying to use their center guard.
And they do a wonderful job. Maybe a rock deep. That's a nice spot, and you'd rather have it on that side of the guard so they don't have a hit and roll behind the corner guard.
Yeah, if it peeked out the other side or was on the center line side, Team Laws probably chases it and tries to roll around their corner. And still, this rock was good enough such that Kaitlyn Laws is running the stone back. They're not trying to chase it at all. And so they got the job done. Doesn't make contact. Rolls it away. Another guard being asked for now. Now this is slipping maybe a hair deeper and over curling. Makes it a little bit more inviting to chase the stone that's on the side of the button, but Kaitlyn deciding once again to, well, her first instinct was to play the run back or the double. She thinks she can also maybe roll it into the rings.
Yeah, they got some decisions to make here. If they're happy with the blank, the double's looking pretty nice. But maybe there's an opportunity for two with a nice hit and roll, either short or across the house behind the other yellow.
Yeah, if they can ever make the double here, roll it in. You never know, that yellow stone, the other yellow guard that's out there is close enough to the ring such that it could get split in. So Team Skrlik will still have to be a little bit careful, making sure if they make a hit, they've got to stick around. They make the double. They leave the guard there.
And look at that. Now they've got 2 splittable rocks. Maybe you can find some sneaky way to get both in and the shooter. Wouldn't that be something? I don't know if that's ever been done before.
Well, we're going to have to ask Nicholas Adine whether this is doable. But I think if you throw a big spinner, maybe it's possible. I think the in-turn spinner, hit that stone on the left-hand side first. Then gear it onto the right-hand side, have everything move in. Oh, I've got to practice that one.
Whew. Oh, I got to practice my draws to the top house and also upweight shots.
So Ryan's working on his
before I go too
here.
crazy. Sorry?
Ryan's working on his basics, not the
Yeah.
Well, it's starting to become such a prevalent shot now, being used at the elite level, the spin shot. It's almost like they are practicing now at the elite level. Certainly, maybe not in the, slightly, maybe that tier 2 or lower level. Not yet a shot that's being put in the repertoire because there's other things to work on that's more important. But you see it used quite often now at the elite level.
And it's always impressive to see, because you have to adjust your weight quite a bit with all the extra spin. It can be tricky, but if your teammates and sweepers can manage it well, it can be very good for your team.
Yeah, and when you throw so much spin on the stone, it will carry quite a bit further with the same weight, and so it looks like it's going to be traveling a lot slower, but it's going to be traveling longer. The deceleration is a lot less, and that spin is helping it cut through the pebble or cut through the ice so that it's not slowing down as much. It's not grabbing on the ice quite as much with so much spin. So while the rock is actually moving slower, it actually can be quite deceptive because it's spinning so fast. It almost seems like it's going faster.
Yeah, it's a lot of physics to think about, that's for sure.
All right, this stone didn't get buried, so it is mostly open. Team Laws with a good chance here to hit and roll behind the guard. Although they decided to actually roll it away here. Maybe they were just looking for a blank, so if they rolled it away, they could exchange hits to get the blank. If they did roll it underneath, Kayla would have thrown the freeze. Then you would have been forced to 1. All right, I don't know if I'm being mean here. I almost want to see a hidden rollout right now to see if there's a spinner split for 3 possible.
No, that's totally fair. You might get it.
They're rolling it away, but it's gonna stick around. All right, so another blank end possibility here. We didn't actually have one yet because that first end there was a miss by Kayla Skrlik that gave up the steal of 1. Let's see if Kaitlyn can make her blank here. Haven't seen many rocks out this far, out in the 12-foot. So maybe a little bit of a guess on the ice. Should probably keep the weight up.
Oh, she might be taking a second look, see if there's a reasonable split for 2. Is that why she's coming back?
That would be one reason to come back down, but I'm not sure if that's what. They do have to move the rocks in quite a bit. That redstone is fully in the 12-foot, but yeah, they're having a look now.
Guess the good news, if you get the weight right, you're likely to get at least one of the yellows in. You have to hit it almost perfectly to split it sideways, and they both go evenly. It looks like they're going to keep it simple. I like this. Maybe later in the game or later in the event when you know the ice better. But
yeah, and I like this. This is also the third end, so if you get the blank, you'll have hammer in the evens.
Yep, that always feels good.
Third and final stone, Kaitlyn Laws. Looking for a blank here to keep hammer into the fourth. Calling for clean, that's always a good sign. Nicely made. So it is a blank end. Team Skrlik still leading 2-1 after 3.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
We're back after a blank in from Team Loss. They retain last rock advantage. Team Skrlik still up 2-1. And Ryan, I do want to mention to the fans here for the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open, they are using the rule where each team can only blank one end per game. If they happen to blank a second end, they will automatically lose hammer. Ryan, what do you feel about that?
Yeah, again, I think it's a good development for the game. Anything to make curling more interesting and marketable to the fans. And I think one blank is enough. If you're blanking more than that, you might be abusing that privilege.
Yeah, especially in an 8-end game. If each team can blank one end, that's 2 out of the 8 ends, or 25% of the game could be blanked. We did have a game earlier today. Team Maeda of Japan, they had blanked an end earlier in that game, and then in the 7th end, they had a wide open end, and they blanked it again, forgetting that they could only blank one, and then they lost the hammer. So it is something to get used to. You have to remember. But of course, the Grand Slam of Curling always pioneers in testing new curling rules. The no-tick rule was originally tested at Grand Slam events as well, and now it's come into full force at the world curling level.
Yeah, it's something you got to remember. That's always a tough situation.
Well, Team Loss, they do have hammer in the evens now, so no need to blank anymore. They want to score. But now what's interesting is because Team Skrlik, they missed that blank in that first end, they still have a blank available for them to use to kind of get the hammers back in the evens later in the second half of the game. So now that rock was supposed to freeze up to that redstone in the house. It's come up well short. Skrlik being asked to play a guard. Try to keep this guard a little bit higher. They've already got 2 guards protecting that stone in the ring, so if they can leave this a little bit higher, that'll make the double peels a little bit more difficult.
And I think very well placed. Takes away both double peels. You could probably still get it if you squeak by the guard and hit the red or hit the tight yellow guard. But it's a nice setup so far. This is steel territory for Team Skrlik.
Yeah, that redstone in a good spot right now. Top of the 4, maybe just nibbling the top of the button here. Selena Negevin asking for the removal of this center guard. Try to roll it to a quarter guard, maybe get a low enough roll that they could get it into the rings. It's rolling towards the rings. Will it stay in the rings, though? Yes, it does. Nice little backspin there.
Oh, a bit of an aggressive call to ignore and come around, but you've got such a great setup in the center. I don't mind this at all. What do you think, James? Should they keep it simple, being up 1 and hit, or do you like this come around?
Yeah, I think they may have elected to hit if that roll didn't go quite as far to the side of the 12-foot. If they had just rolled a little bit, I think they would have played a hit and try to roll it towards the center. Because that rock is so far to the 12-foot, rolling it in was quite difficult. And so playing a guard may be a better call to protect this situation. They might actually be going right in here to try to sit 2. Yeah, that's what they do. They go right on top. Good shot.
Very well placed. A bit long, but that's going to be tough for them to chase around.
Yeah, I think you try to run the red into that yellow guard, see if you can get the yellow stone to shoot back onto the ones in the rings, move those red stones, at least maybe get one of them off. It's a tough shot, though. Quite a bit of separation between this red and yellow guard that they're trying to make contact with. Gets the 2 guards to go away, rolls it to a corner. Oftentimes, making that shot and rolling to a corner guard is a good thing. Unfortunately, though, that shooter has just rolled to the spot that it blocks the out-turn draw to the button, if you ever needed it. If Team Skrlik just keeps successfully putting up this guard and Team Laws can't really do anything about it and doesn't make any of the rocks in the house move, they might be left with a draw to the button that is not there anymore. Well, this stone has overcurled. That might be the get out of jail card Team Laws needs in this end. Trying to make a hit, flop it behind the yellow corner guard on the left-hand side of the screen as you see it from the thrower's perspective. I think she can only really make one of the reds go away, but hopefully the other red will squirt. into that port. Yeah, they wanted that to be hit just a little bit thinner. Now that red rock has been pushed more behind that center guard. Team Skrlik can make the hit, roll it right on top, and sit really pretty again. And again, the same problem presents itself. There is no draw to the button on either turn for Team Laws right now. Good looking shot here. Almost got it completely buried, but it is at least half open, so Team Laws will definitely be making a play on this. Trying to work this stone over, Selena Negevin. First, second stone of this end. She's moved it back. They have rolled it around the corner this time. But shot stone remains red, and it is buried. But because Team Law is now sitting second and third, Team Skrlik being a little bit cautious here. They're going to take out third shot stone. Try to roll it to second shot so that they're saying 1-2. Trying to hold the line here for Kayla. I think they're losing the line. Will they even make contact? Just gets it out.
Oh, that's huge. Since Laws has hammer, you really needed to get that one out. Is that center line guard's a bit too long. Hey, Jason, it's very chaseable for Team
Yeah,
Laws.
absolutely.
Maybe even roll behind the corner guard.
Yeah, you can still roll it around the corner guard again. Need a bit of a lower roll. So you can roll under your own Yellowstone that's behind the corner right now. But I think that is the play. It's a question of how much ice and how much weight you want to throw at this. And I think if you ever see this being made perfectly, it might force Kayla into running that yellow guard in and see if she can get the run double. Because if she just tries to go around the center again, because that guard is just a little bit long, it could be chaseable again. So let's see what happens here first. Kaitlyn lost her first stone in the fourth end. She's down by 1 with the hammer here.
Yeah, it really needs to push this out of the 8-foot at all costs.
Looks
Coming
pretty
over
good.
nice.
Catches the back of the Yellowstone.
I guess a touch too thick then.
Yeah, a little bit too thick. It was probably hard to not touch the Yellowstone, but they needed to just touch it a little bit less on the back side of the stone. Still a nice shot. Sitting 2. They've got the deuce set up here to try to take the lead once again. And Kayla, she's going to try to roll this behind the guard to make it as difficult as possible. I suppose she could go around the corner as well if she's a bit tight, but she's going to be on the outside, going to roll it towards the center, maybe even past center behind the other corner guard. Got to keep in the 8-foot though. It does. Stay there. Not bad, but there will be a lot of room to make the hit here. These inside out shots, I think, have a little bit more curl than the outside in. So with that stone being in the back of the 8, I don't see any problem in terms of how possible this shot is. Of course, it's got to be executed.
Yeah, a pretty nice shot from Kayla to give them a new look and a new path.
Yeah, Kayla couldn't have done a whole much better there. All right, here we go. Final stone for Kaitlyn Laws. A chance to make a quiet takeout to take the lead. She's made contact. Will the shooter stick around? Yes, it does. Rolls to the back of the 8, right on the center lines. 2 points for Team Laws, and they take the lead once again. 3-2 halfway through this game.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
XDM.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Welcome back. Fifth end just underway here. Team Law has a nice deuce to take the lead. 3-2 over Team Skrlik. We are in Martensville for the Grand Slam of Curling. Canadian Open Tier 2 event. 16 teams on the women's side. We've got 2 women's games on the ice on this 4-sheet Martensville Curling Club. 2 men's games as well. If you're just joining us, my name is Jason Chang. With me, Ryan Jakes, bringing you the action from the ice to your device. Going to the second half of this game. What have you thought so far, Ryan?
Yeah, I think this game's coming down to the last draw. We're seeing some good shot making from both teams, converting on their deuces, and it's always been a 1-point game so far.
The thing that has happened.
How about you? Any particular thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty well played so far. The only glaring miss was that first end blanket attempt by Kayla Skrlik. But as we were talking about, each team's only allowed 1 blank before a blank turns into a loss of hammer. And so that hasn't hurt her now because Team Laws, they've gotten their blank already, so they can't blank again. Team Skrlik still has a blank in play and can perhaps use it at some point to get the hammers back in the even ends. So maybe try to get a blank out of this end and have hammers in 6 and 8 if they can negotiate that. What I have noticed in the last couple of ends, though, is those lead draws have come up a little bit short. You saw one just come short of the rings. This one just gets to the top 12. I don't know if this means the ice is just tightening up a little bit, slowing down here, or they're just misjudging it.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. These are 2 pretty highly ranked and rated leads, so I wouldn't be surprised if the ice is just tightening up or slowing down a bit.
This is the 4th match of the day, the 4th draw. We'll be back at the same times tomorrow. 8, noon, 4:30, and 8:30 Central Time. That draw didn't quite get buried.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity for Jocelyn Peterman to lock down the scoring area, have a yellow kind of controlling both sides of the button path.
Yeah, and if she can do that, not only is she taking away both sides. Well, this has come up short again. What I've been saying is the draws have been coming up a little bit short the last couple of ends. I was going to say was if they were able to make that draw, it also...
Yeah, and there's been enough that you would think... Sorry,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say it also would have made the blank less likely because Kayla's probably still in the back of my thinking a blank would be pretty good in this end, but she isn't blasting away at the guards. Looks like she's trying to go for her deuce here. Without hammer, it is a bit
It makes me a little bit worried with the yellow on top 8. Is in a really good spot.
Yeah, with hammer, you usually don't like that many guards cluttering up that center. They do have shot stone, and they can get a second one in there. maybe a bit of an over-adjustment here after some draws have come up short because this one's going long. Manages to sit down for a second shot stone, though.
Well, you hate to have to clean up the middle when you don't have hammer, but sometimes you just have to.
Spreads them out a little bit.
Ooh.
Not sure that's great for them, though.
Yeah, it doesn't leave a yellow rock on the center line, and if Team Skrlik would like to, they could hit that yellow rock top 12 and pretty much have full control of the top of the house.
Yeah, you've kind of lost access to that yellow stone that was in the top of the 12 as well. The one that's maybe just fighting the top of the 8. Can't really raise it in easily to the button anymore. Now trying to sit 3. Nicely done here. Really good shot. I think
really great spot.
Yeah, you got to run this red now, right, Ryan? No choice.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, cleanup duty.
They've jumped on it right away and makes a really nice shot. All 3 of those rocks go out of play. Red is still sitting shot stone back
Well
at the
done.
8. Yeah, that was an important shot. Well, still an opportunity for Team Skrlik. They're going to try to go around, get to the top 4. See if they can get it buried or partially buried behind that yellow stone that's in the top of the 12, just nibbling the top of the 8. It stays wide open, and now you can make a no-sit double here. Maybe even get the roll behind the yellow stone if you cross the face.
Yeah. Why is this end turned around?
Yeah, it looked like they took a lot of ice for that draw. Drives it by, didn't make the double. Red is still shot stone.
But I think they'll accept that outcome based on how excellent the first shot was. Oh, this is a long way to go.
They moved it over quite a bit. Will it sit
Will
around?
it stay?
I think so.
Yeah, looks like it just in time. But it's wide open. Might leave a chance for a double or at least a hit and roll.
Yeah, you probably don't need a double. If you just hit and roll behind that pile of yellow stones, they'll be completely safe.
Oh, I suppose it's a pretty flat roll. You can't spin downwards very much here. So, got to be precise. Let's see what they've got.
Yeah, did get the roll. Looks like it's mostly buried. From the hack, I think they'll be completely buried, so I don't think you can chase that yellow stone.
Yeah, nicely done. Yeah, I agree, Jason. That's too difficult of a chase. It's time to just plop one top four. Doesn't have to be fully buried either, as long as you get it maybe half buried, it'll be quite lined up for a jam on that back yellow one, which is something Team Laws definitely cannot afford, because that would put the 3 into play.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, they tried this draw a rock ago, and they've come out with about the same ice. And I thought they had a lot of ice last time, and they didn't really cut down the ice. So maybe this is the right ice. It's just the throw was a bit wide last time. This time they are sweeping it to get by. And in fact, it's going to rub on the front. So
Yeah, that's a tough result. If you hit this on the nose, it's pretty difficult to even score. You have the draw to the edge of the 4 foot, but it's in a bit of a new path that I'm not sure Kayla would be very familiar with, or the rest of the team for that matter.
Yeah,
There's been a couple throws out wide, but
yeah, that nose hit double is pretty good.
Juicy.
Yeah. Kaitlyn Laws without last stone. She's got a 3-2 lead. This is her last stone of the end, though. Looking for a nose hit double. It's close. There it goes. And Team Laws, they're going to set 4 and put the pressure on Team Skrlik.
Very nicely done. Yeah, you see it coming down, a very clean and confident throw, well managed, and say goodbye to those Reds. But thankfully, Team Skrlik still has the hammer. Let's see if they can convert on this one.
Yeah, needs just a piece of the 4 foot to score her single.
Yeah, you got to be able to make this shot as a skip, whether it's in the middle of the game or the last end.
Settling in to the 4 foot, maybe just behind the tee, but that's perfectly fine. It's a single point for Team Skrlik. Under pressure, drawing against 4. She ties the game 3-3 through 5 ends.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys, I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait, do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
We're back in Martensville, 6th then, just getting underway. 3-3 tie. Team Skrlik, Team Laws in a tight battle here. Team Laws, they have hammer in the 6th end. First rock for Team Skrlik goes into the rings. Corner guard being called. Just calling this lead Kristen McCush, but I forgot she got married, I think, a couple of summers ago to Rob Gordon. Pretty accomplished curler himself. I think he's a Canadian junior champion. They played with Matt Dunstone, if I'm not mistaken. That's why you see Gordon on her uniform.
So.
Yeah, I had a look at her uniform a couple ends ago and got reminded that there's now Kristen Gordon. So Skrlik plays up a guard here. Nicely done, and now this rock being asked to go around that center guard, make a freeze. Line's looking pretty good here. Will they get it all the way? Not bad, Ryan.
Yeah, that's a good angle to have. I'm sure they would have liked it to be a little closer to the red, but very early in the end, and it's in a great position.
Was being asked to play a draw, but this has gone wide and heavy. Now going around everything. I think they were trying to freeze on top of that Yellowstone. see most of that back stone, trying to get the hit and roll behind the corner now. This is a bit out there. Now it's starting to move. Will it stay around? They'll get it out of the rings, but the shooter will also go out of the rings.
All right, well, Ashton getting a second chance at the freeze on the top yellow. And a
Bounces off.
fantastic sweep to get it over there.
Yeah, it was out there quite a bit again. Did a pretty good job. Yeah, Alina asking for the hit on this guard. Try to roll it to leave another guard. So you have double corners on that same side of the ice.
Yeah, big decisions to be made here. We're getting towards the end of the game in the last three ends here.
Yeah,
A
originally
reminder to everyone, there is no extra end.
the commentators and crew like that. Yeah, originally Kayla was asking for the removal of the yellow stone by hitting the red stone. I found that a bit curious because your setup is actually pretty good right now if you just guarded the situation. And so they have gone back to the guard, but this is running a little bit deep here. That's going to give Team Laws, Team Laws a chance to make the double and sit second and third shot here.
Maybe even roll it behind the corner guard. Ooh,
Yeah,
this could be dangerous.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. Close. You got the roll. Yeah, they do. Hold and made. Yeah, and that was just one little mistake, Ryan. That was supposed to be a guard.
Fantastic.
Yeah, another look at this. Ryan Jakes pulling out the replays for us as well.
Oh yeah, we love putting another quarter in that replay machine.
Yeah, and that's just such a tiny mistake, slipping into the rings, but now 3 is definitely a possibility. Certainly getting a 2 is a possibility now.
And giving up 2 here isn't as bad as it is in a game when you have an extra end. If you were to give up 2 and then blank and then score 2, well, now it's basically 50-50, whoever can draw closest to the pin. But you definitely don't want to give up 3. go. That red is in such a nice position. I wonder if you ever consider just guarding.
Yeah, I don't mind just
straight
guarding.
guard the red one.
Problem with trying to,
Especially with those yellow corner guards blocking the draw path to the button.
yeah, I mean, it's not easy to, if you want to make a play on this yellow second shot stone. I mean, one call is to hit it and try to roll behind the corner. The question is, can you throw it soft enough to remove the yellow stone and keep your shooter around? Now, timeouts are allowed here, and they've brought out their coach.
And any indication of who the coach is? I am not sure.
Yeah, I am not sure either. Yeah, Team Skrlik often has Shannon Kleibrink on their bench in the big events. I think Shannon was on their bench at the Olympic trials, possibly at the Scotties as well. But that wasn't Shannon Kleibrink. I actually know Shannon Kleibrink is, I think, with the Dutch mixed doubles team at the Olympic qualification event. Happening in
wow,
Kelowna.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either, but I caught a couple of highlights from the Dutch game earlier today. They made an incredible shot in the last end, a run back for 3 to beat the Aussies. And then there was a shot of the coaching bench, and I saw Shannon Kleibrink there with Shari Leibrandt, who's been a longtime coach of the Dutch program.
Huh, well, there you go.
Yeah, they have decided on the guard, which is one of the things that we suggested. Yeah, and you were talking about, giving up 2 is not the end of the world here. If you can blank the 7th, and Kayla Skrlik still has a blank available to her, you can come home, get 2 in the 8th, and then go to the draw to the button. Speaking of Shannon Kleibrink, I was lucky enough to have her longtime third, Amy Nixon, as a celebrity guest at the curling event I was running at my home club a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that's super exciting.
She happened to be in town in Toronto, and I asked if she would come and be our celebrity guest, and we did a nice fireside chat with her. And the curlers there really enjoyed it. Amy's always shoots from the hip. She never holds anything back, so always great to talk to Amy Nixon. She brought her Olympic jacket along with her bronze medal that she and Shannon won at the Torino Winter Olympics. All right, another guard goes back up. Is there enough room to chase this, Ryan?
I think it was possible on the previous shot when they put the red in a similar position, but on the left side of the rocks, looking straight on. But it's trickier now because the yellow's angled a little bit the other way, so you have to get a little extra curl past the guard. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's not quite there.
Yeah, I was curious that they didn't really look at the chase on the last shot. I actually thought it was there as well, Ryan, but they didn't really look at it. They just went up and made the peel. Now they're looking at it because they're starting to run out of rocks here. If they're trying to just generate 3 points out of this situation, even to generate 2 points, you got to remove shot stone at some point. And Ryan, one of our loyal fans on the YouTube chat, said that was Crystal Webster was the coach who came out.
Ah, very good. Yeah, an excellent coach and curler in her own right.
Thanks for the help. And hey, if you're on our side, start that lobbying campaign for the sponsors exemption Team Curling Stadium at the next Grand Slam of Curling event.
Yeah, we got to keep fighting for this.
Yeah, the peel is made. I imagine they're going to throw the guard up again.
Yeah, I saw Kaitlyn motion her broom toward the corner guards. Made me wonder if she was hoping to bump those angles around, maybe even get one of the yellows in the house somehow. It's a bit of an unfortunate result. The corner guards are not lined up toward the red one at all.
Yeah, if you see this guard being made, do you think Kaitlyn will try to run it in and see if they can get the red guard and that back red one, or the shot stone red one, to both go out and maybe sit two and get the deuce that way? Hard to draw to the button right now.
Yeah, it might not even be possible. You might have to chip off the top yellow one and roll back into the button. Let's see if they can make this guard good.
It's starting to...
Or well, I should say. Before people in the chat start attacking my grammar skills.
Yeah, you might cost us that sponsor exemption with the grammar there.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to do a good. Oh, you called it, Jason.
Yeah, I think they have to play this. The draw is no gimme right now, so this shot is for two if you can make it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just about the perfect guard, hey?
Yeah.
Perfect depth, perfect line. Couldn't have placed it in a better spot if you could move it with your hand.
Final stone trying to run it back. Can they make contact with the yellow onto the red? They do now. Where do the rocks sit? The red.
Oh, man.
Back. So it is a steal of one for Team Skrlik in the sixth end. They now lead 4-3 in this tight back and forth affair. 4-3 Team Skrlik after 6 ends.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability. The PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Big scale of one there for Kayla Skrlik. They lead 4-3 after 6. 7th end underway. Team loss with the hammer. Team Skrlik asking for a center line guard. It drifts off the center. I think you're going to see a corner guard being played here.
Yeah, I think so. Laws reminder does not have the option to blank here. Well, I suppose they could if they want to give up hammer and then go down 1 without hammer in the last end, which would be a pretty terrible thing to do.
Yeah, a pretty bad decision. As long as they remember the rule, they are only allowed 1 blank per team in this tournament. Testing out this new rule here at the Grand Slam of Curling, Tier 2, Canadian Open. Just joining us, my name is Jason Chang. With me, Ryan Jakes. Yeah, Kayla asked for curl pretty early. Must have been a bit wide. See, it is wide open, pretty much. Kristen Gordon being asked to play a hidden role, try to get this behind their own corner guard. Won't stay in the rings, though. Rolling a bit too far, I think. Gives Team Skrlik another chance to go around their guard. This off-center guard.
Ashton leaning over, hoping to make it curl.
Yeah, curled enough, but it's a bit heavy. Is it still biting the back?
I think so. So if Laws had the option of blanking here, it might be an all right shot to end up forcing at the end, but I don't think that rock's going to do a whole lot otherwise. We know that Laws is not going to be going for that blank. Because,
Yeah,
as you mentioned, Jason, the 1 blank rule.
Yeah, that rock is pretty much ignorable now for Kaitlyn. Yeah, Ashton's been struggling a little bit with her draw weight, and it looks like maybe they've burnt the stone.
Oh, dear. That's too bad.
So it looks like
Oh.
Team originally just removed it out of play, and maybe Kayla was like, "Yeah, you can leave it back in play. You barely touched it."
Yeah, Kayla realized there was no good spot to draw to. I'm just kidding. No, it's a very a good sport to do that.
Yeah, if the rock is burned between the hog lines, so before it crosses the far hog line, then it has to come off immediately. There is no choice, according to the rulebook. After it passes the hog line, it is the non-offending team's choice of whether to leave it as it stood, put it to where they think things would have landed if the burn didn't happen, or to remove it completely out of play. All three options are available to the non-offending skip. There's been a lot of controversy over that over the years, and World Curling is looking at perhaps changing the rule to let the umpires have more of a say in what should happen. So those discussions are happening at the Competition and Rules Committee of World Curling. Yeah, that hidden roll just rolled a bit too far. Another fighter in the back 12 again. That's going to be pretty irrelevant for Team Laws. They just need to score here, hopefully multiple. Having a quick glance over at the score of Team Kate Cameron against Holly Duncan. They're in a 4-4 tie after 5 ends. This is a nice draw by Team Laws. Mostly buried. Maybe you can still see a piece. But Kayla says not enough to chase it, so.
Fair enough. Yeah, they're going to be very happy to even just keep Laws to 2 points here. But 1 point would be even better.
Yeah, on the men's side, Michael Bruner, Reed Carruthers, they're also 4-4 after 5 ends, and Kelly Knapp, the Saskatchewan team, leading Jordan McDonald's team 3-2. I think Jordan McDonald is not in action this week due to some university exams. Nothing too important. So Jacques Gauthier.
Yeah. Yeah, school and career, they do have to come first. Unless your career is curling.
Well, in the past, there weren't many of that, but as the game has grown, there are a number of teams at the top level who are pretty much full-time curlers. Some of the international teams are pretty much fully supported by their sports federation. And I think some of the top Canadian teams are able to make it mostly full-time with the sponsorship that they get, as well as doing very well in the tour. But still, a full-time curler, I think, still a fairly rare breed in this sport. Ryan, are you going full-time anytime soon?
Let's just say I'm not quite even making money so far this season, at least.
All right, so if you went fully full-time, if you went fully full-time, you'd be fully homeless.
Yes, I would need some big family support or marry rich. But it's not too late for us. We can turn things around for the men's provincials in Alberta we have coming up. So that's the main goal. And lots of time left in our curling careers.
When are the men's provincials, Ryan?
They are January 5th to 11th, the whole week in Okotoks.
Yeah, similar timing
to the combined event with the women's provincials because of the Olympics. They didn't want any overlap.
Right. Yeah, it was pretty similar timing to the Ontario Scotties and Ontario Tankard as well. I think it starts at about the 5th or 6th as well.
Nice. And where is it this year?
In Elmira.
I've heard of that. Is that just north of Toronto?
Yeah, it's a little bit north of Toronto. In fact, a little bit north of Elora, funnily enough, on my Friday night mixed team at East Shore Curling, Mike Fournier is our alternate, and he's going to the provincials with his competitive men's team. And our mixed team was thinking about going and watching him. And at some point, we thought it was in Elora, so then we checked, and it was Elmira, so we didn't show up at the location.
Oh yeah, you'd hate to do that, especially in the wintertime.
Well, Team Laws, they are sitting 2 now, getting into skip stones. Kayla Skrlik, I think she's asking for the hit and roll in front of the other yellow stone. I don't think you'll take on this double. It's pretty thin. And she doesn't mind giving up 2.
I don't know. That's pretty tight ice.
Yeah, it does look
Might
pretty
be
tight
going
ice.
for the double.
Maybe she is. I guess it really doesn't hurt. If you miss the double, Kaitlyn draws around, you hit the open one, you give up 2, and you're okay giving up 2. Down 1 with hammer coming home, take 2 to win the game, or take 1 and send it to the draw to the button.
Yep, darn right. They might be worried about the jam too. If you throw less weight, the jam more easily comes into play. So
yeah, good point, Ryan. So this is quite thin. I think she's got it too thick already. Will it jam? There's the jam. There's the double jam. Will it spin out the side? And no, it doesn't. And that's the worst case scenario for Team Skrlik.
Oh, that's a tough result. And the worst part is a really tough double. Even still, you have to hit almost less than a quarter rock to make that double.
Yeah, so where do you go now for Team Laws? And they're going to ask for an extra opinion here if they've got a coach. If not, they just stop the time clock, so they're not running down their thinking time.
Well, the obvious call would be to come around the center guard, but they're a bit worried that Team Skrlik will either come around that rock and go back 4 and maybe set up the steal, which Team Laws is not keen on giving up here, or you might even see Team Skrlik just freeze to the come around, in which case Team Laws is forced to take 2 points, which again is not as great, since if they were to force Skrlik in the 8th end, it would be tied, and they don't have the hammer in the extra end, they just go to a shootout. So Laws would really, really, really like to get their 3 points here. They really want to make sure they're not forced. But where can they put this rock to give them the best chance at 3 without much risk of a steal?
Yeah, as you said, if they draw around that off-center guard, they're drawing to shot stone, you could just freeze to it, and then that basically eliminates those back 2 yellow stones, so then you're forcing your opponent to 2 points. If you put it on the open side, that leaves a double. So, where do you go? No perfect spot.
I suppose the dream would be to somehow come around that red corner guard, but I don't see how you get there without going way out into the weeds.
Yeah, that'd be a complete guess going that far out. So based on the ice, it looks like they are going to draw to the open side. That will leave a possible double. But I think they've decided to go there because If they try to take on the double, it might still jam on that yellow stone that's just outside the rings. So Skrlik would still have to be a little bit careful playing the double.
For sure, it's a pretty sneaky rock back there. Kaitlyn coming right up to the shot. Encouraging the sweepers and a pretty good spot.
You think the triple's there, Ryan?
I think it's there in theory. You have to hit it so thin on the back rock. I don't think it's worth trying, but yeah, you might get lucky with it.
Yeah, it never hurts to have Lady Luck on your side.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a bit surprised they're playing it on the inside. There's more margin on the outside. You could make the straight back double, or if you're slightly wide, catch the back 12 rock.
Looks like it's over curling. They just make the hit. They've rolled it out in front. Now,
yeah, so that's where I was seeing trying to hit it on the outside, so you have more margin, as I was saying during the shot, more options for doubles.
Yeah, Team Law still have to be careful here making this hit. I think they're trying to push it between the two yellow stones.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, based on the turn that they're playing. They could also hit it on the other side and try to drive it past the yellow stones to the right-hand side of the sheet, as you see it from the thrower. But if you do jam it on the red one dead, then it would outcount that back yellow nibbler. So here we go, final stone. Big opportunity to take 3 points here in the seventh end. They need to hit, avoid the jam. Looks close.
Ooh.
We get it through. It's 3 points. Team Laws, nicely done there. Well-constructed end. They take a 6-4 lead through 7. The last end coming up.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
Welcome back to Martensville, the Grand Slam of curling. Canadian Open Tier 2, Team Laws with a big 3 points in that 8th end. They've jumped now out to a 6-4 lead. This is the last end of a full end play. No extra ends. They're going to go to draw to the button if Team Skrlik can get 2 points here. Team Skrlik does have last stone advantage. So Ryan, how do you set up a deuce or maybe even a 3-pointer to get the win in regulation?
Yeah, in this situation, with the high guard, it's a little bit off center line, so I like the shot they're calling, the clockwise corner guard, since you have more room to come around on that side, as opposed to playing the counterclockwise. The yellow's kind of in the way for that draw path. And I would say when you're down 2, you want to get 2 corner guards up, kind of your preference if you want to do stacked corner guards, one tighter, one high, or split, one on each side. In this situation, I'd like 2 stacked a bit more, just because the high yellow guard is again in the way of the other path. And a very interesting end shaping up here.
Yeah, another guard.
Was that the call? I wasn't watching too intently on that one.
I thought she tapped in the rings, but I was listening to your explanation about the guards so much that I may have missed the call.
Well, that means a lot. Yeah, I'm guessing they were trying to go in on that one. It's definitely an odd start to give the other team 2 guards to use, even though they may be on the center line or near the center line. Any rock is a good rock for Team Skrlik right now.
Yeah, Team Skrlik, nicely done, goes around their corner. So they've got 1 rock in play now. Well, now I'm sure they're going around their double off-center guards.
I sure hope so.
Joss Peterman. They were on it early. Now they say they got it by. See, the weight looks pretty good here. Excellent shot.
Money. Yeah, once again, I think that's just about the perfect spot where if you could pick up the rock and put it down, that's where you drop it.
Yeah, of course, Jocelyn, one of the best mixed doubles players around, and that draw, that first rock draw, that's pretty much the same one. Maybe it'd be on the center line if it was an actual mixed doubles, because the guard would be on the center line, but she plays that shot a lot in mixed doubles and makes it really nicely right there.
And a nice sweep there to make sure it curls enough and not peel the corner guard along the way. That would be really tragic.
Oh, absolutely. Decision here. They could have gone for another guard, another high guard, but instead they're going to play this run back, try to lose both red stones. Yeah, they knew they were missing it, so straight peel.
Playing with fire there a bit. You really want to avoid the yellow one that you so nicely placed.
Ashton Skrlik being asked to put this corner guard back up. Nicely done. And great camera work.
Yeah, we've got Kaylee on the cameras today, doing an excellent job. Yeah, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes into making this production, and a lot to aim and control the cameras, pan them, to give you the full fan experience.
Nicely done. Runs it back. Makes double. It does leave the corner guard there. Team Skrlik, they're going to go around it, I think.
Yeah, what a fantastic shot. That could turn out to be, in essence, the winning shot. Because now it is a yellow corner guard, easier to run back.
Absolutely. Talk about the full fan experience. And of course, the other part of the full fan experience is yourself, Ryan Jakes, and me, yours truly, doing the commentary, right?
Oh yeah, you know it. And of course, Jerry Gertz for organizing this whole thing. Getting all the monkeys together in this circus.
And of course, we will be hoping to be at a future Grand Slam of Curling event.
No, I'm not hoping. We are making this happen.
We better send Nick Sulsky the tape of this broadcast. CEO of the curling group.
Yeah, I think we could convince him.
Trying to make the run back again. Doesn't make it this time. Yeah, now it's getting late in the end. Kayla Skrlik, they're going to lay down a freeze. Corner freeze here.
A little bit of debate on that one. I think Kayla was worried that Team Laws would throw another center guard if Margot did not come into the house. So they're going to stick with the original call. Freeze that yellow on the top four.
You still might see Team Laws play a guard. Depends on where this freeze lands.
Very true.
Pretty good line here. Nice shot.
Well done. What an excellent angle. You can see just the right amount of that rock that Team Laws can't hit it out, but you can, and stick your shooter and get 3 points for the win. But Team Laws isn't going to let Team Skrlik off that easily. They've got an open hit here. And Kayla's going to need to make a nice shot on her first and second one if they want to get to 3 points.
Yeah, Kaitlyn can roll this in to sit shot and second shot if she can get this onto the back of the four. Trying to hold the line. Can they get enough of a roll into the forefoot for second shot? Not quite, I don't think. I think red is still second shot, but what's the play here? Do you make the red-yellow tap now? Do you play this hidden roll? You could put another red stone in front of that yellow stone on the other side, kind of where Margot's motioning.
I don't love putting it there. Then they could probably slash the red one and just make the double past the guard. Fairly precise shot, but you hate to give Kaitlyn, such a good hitter, a free opportunity at a double takeout.
Yeah, Kayla running a little bit
I'm not
low
sure
on
what the
time.
play is here.
They're under 1 minute now, and she's got to throw 2 stones, and she still has to head down the other side of the ice. So she'll only have about 30 seconds for her last stone. Getting a quick move
This
on
comes
it.
back to what I was talking about in the first end. We noticed Kaitlyn, excuse me, Kaitlyn just slid down to the other end to throw because it was a wide open end. But Kayla still went through the full routine. That could have been a good opportunity for them to shave 45 seconds or even a whole minute off their time.
Yeah, let's see if she can handle the pressure of throwing without too much time on her last stone. Kaitlyn Law, she's got about 1.5 minutes left for 1 stone, so should be plenty of time for her. They push the yellow stone over a little bit. They roll onto the button. I think Kaitlyn's shot is pretty straightforward here. Just make the hit, stick around. I think if you roll
it's even a little easier than usual. You can roll into the side of your yellow one. So
yeah, that's right. I think if you roll in that direction, I don't know if there's any shot for 2 points.
there's probably some ridiculous in off the corner guard, but nothing you'd see very often, even by the very top teams in the world.
Final stone for Kaitlyn Laws. Probably has a chance to win the game here if she can make the hit. I'm not sure what Kayla's going to have left. Good shot. As you said, just kicks it to the other side, and
Yeah, I'm not seeing much, especially with the time they have left.
remember they need to get 2 points here. So they do have a second timeout that they're using.
Oh, okay, that's good.
There's Crystal Webster again, and Crystal kind of says, I'm not sure what you got.
Yeah.
I think they were looking at whether they can come thin off that corner guard, redirect the shooter into the yellow that's in the full 4 foot, and then kick back the other way and make the double onto the yellow stone that's just nibbling the 4 foot on the other side. I think that's really the only thing they've got, so just give it a try and see what happens.
I don't think it's there. It's practically a right angle. The shot I'm seeing, I don't think he could throw it hard enough without breaking a rock, but it would be to in off the corner guard they're hitting and then clip the center guard and then redirect and make that double.
Right, so that you can shoot it straight back off that center guard. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty hard.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Well,
Yeah, Margot's gone to
Let's see what happens.
throwing her brooms because she's not sure this is there. Maybe she's trying to move that rock into a better spot. I don't know. But final stone, Kayla Skrlik down by 2. She needs to. This is a Hail Mary. Thin off the corner guard. If it even touches it, I don't think it's getting close enough. It's a steal of a single point for Team Laws. And after a very tight game most of the way, Team Laws broken open with 3 in the 7th. They've stolen 1 in the 8th, and it's a 7-4 final. Really good game, Ryan. What do you think of it?
Yeah, very exciting. Glad we got to catch this day 1 action. And, you know, both these teams played pretty well today. They both have a chance to make the playoffs if they can keep it going and build some momentum this week.
Yeah, both these teams, as well as the entire field of 16 teams, will play 1 game a day for the next couple of days. And we'll be back with live coverage at 8 Central Time tomorrow morning. Also draws at noon, 4:30 and 8:30 Central. So thanks for joining us on the opening day of the Tier 2 of the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open here in Martensville. On behalf of our entire crew, Kaylee, Jerry Gertz, my partner here, Ryan Jakes, my name is Jason Chang. See you again tomorrow.